Good morning, Pine Belt, and welcome to the morning commute. We have some big news on the I-59 as work continues there between the US 49 and Evelyn Gandy intersections. We're going to go ahead and jump right into the cameras because we've got a lot of work going on. All right, so let's go ahead. All right, so this is looking back towards Hattiesburg. And as you can see, crews are already starting to arrive to continue setting up for this head-to-head configuration. So just to remind everyone what head-to-head means. So head-to-head is when the northbound and the southbound will be traveling side to side. All right, so the northbound will be crossing here, kind of right below the Bowie River Bridge. So right about in here is where it'll be crossing over. And then it'll be coming up along here up to just north of the Evelyn Gandy. So I'm going to show you on the map. All right, so looking at the map here. So you have the Bowie River here. So the northbound side is going to cross over here south of the river, and it's going to travel up the southbound side up past the Evelyn Gandy intersection. So up to here. So here, I'll do where it's just that. So it's going to expand from here all the way to up here. And the southbound and northbound will be traveling side by side. Now I'll show you looking from Hattiesburg up to the Evelyn Gandy. There you can see it from that other angle. All right. So they're laying out here some of the traffic cones and barricades that'll be put into place to help separate the two sides of traffic. That work will be continuing today on in until tomorrow morning. The Mississippi Department of Transportation has said that they plan to open the head-to-head configuration tomorrow at 9 a.m. So commuters need to be aware that today there are lane closures in both the southbound and northbound sides of I-59 between US 49 and Evelyn Gandy. Those lane closures could expand in length and change slightly throughout the day. So if you come through here in just the next, 10, 15, 20 minutes and then come through at midday, it could be slightly different. If you come through again this evening, could be different again. So be cautious as you travel through this area and pay attention to any signage or any traffic cones or any construction crews in the area that may be directing traffic, because those will be changing throughout the day. Then tomorrow, there should be that major change to head-to-head traffic, and you will be needing to watch for the signage directing you when to cross over the median over to the southbound side if you're traveling northbound. And on the southbound side, you'll need to be watching for signage on when to move to the single lane in order to allow the northbound side to come over. All right, now further up I-59, We have another lane closure. So this one is north of I-59. All of this is part of the repaving project that extends from US 49 up to the Moselle Seminary Road exit 80. And there's alternating lane closures all throughout I-59. A lot of the work right now is centered on this US 49 Evelyn Gandy section where we're going to have the head-to-head traffic. However, we do also have work north of the Evelyn Gandy, south of Monroe Road. So if you look here on the map, north of Evelyn Gandy and about a mile south of Monroe Road, so it's this section kind of in here, we have lane closures in the northbound and southbound sides of I-59. So when you're traveling on I-59, north and south of Evelyn Gandy, you're going to have lane closures. This is likely to cause heavy congestion on both sides. So if you are commuting through this area, please allow extra time to get to your destination. You're going to need it. We'll see if we can get a look at this on these upper cameras. All right, you can see it here in the northbound lanes. Let's see if the high quality you can see a little bit better. All right. Yeah, our high quality videos today, they're wanting to do still shots instead, but you can see the traffic cones blocking that lane here on the northbound side. So the northbound side closer up to Monroe Road. All right, and then coming down this way, we should be able to see the southbound side. There it is. All right, and then here on the southbound side, north of Evelyn Gandy. Evelyn Gandy is down here. Let's see where my cursor is. And then right here is where that northern lane closure starts. So on the southbound side, the lane closure is closer to the Evelyn Gandy. On the northbound side, it's closer to Monroe Road. But you do still have lane closures on both sides there. Oh, and you can actually see a little bit of a lane closure here as well, just past Evelyn Gandy on the northbound side. So again, this all just kind of goes back to between US 49 and Moselle Seminary Road exit 80. On I-59, they're having alternating lanes of closure due to the repaving project, and MDOT is not marking each individual lane of closure unless it is a significant closure like the head-to-head configuration that will happen there around the Bowie River Bridge. So be cautious as you're coming through the area. I know many of us have kind of gotten used to there being work on I-59, but we kind of got a bit of a reprieve there for a while when a lot of the construction took a break and the crews went and worked on a few other projects, and we had some good days there. So now that work is ramping back up and the projects are taking off, hopefully this will mean that we are moving into this next phase and we'll be getting it done and getting it past us, but we'll have to get back into the swing of things. So allow that extra time to get where you're going so you can be safe and you can help keep the others around you safe, okay? All right. Other than that, our other reminder for the day is that the Click It or Ticket campaign is still in effect. That is a campaign from the sheriff's departments around the state. They will be out in full force and watching for people who are not wearing their seatbelts. So please buckle up and stay safe. All right, so with that, we are going to turn to the MDOT maps and look at the road updates. All right, our first one is in Laurel. We have a road closure on North 15th Avenue between West 4th Street and West 3rd Street. That is around Pasquale's if you are needing a landmark. They are doing water main and sewer line work. The other closure is on West Drive between Green Acres Drive Parkway and Meadowbrook Drive. That is next to the baseball fields if you need a landmark there. All right, then heading south to Ellisville. Whoops, I went too far south. Dacetown Road is closed from US 11 down to the 500 square block. So this section here of Dacetown Road. I'll turn on the satellite so you can get a landmark. All right, and I've kind of gone over what's happening on I-59. But just to remind everybody one last time, that those alternating lane closures are between US 49 and Moselle Seminary Road here. All right, now turning down US 49 into Hattiesburg, we have road work between O'Farrell Street and Mamie Street next to Forest General Hospital. That is closed part of Adeline Street and this little section of Camp Street. There is also a repaving project on US 49 between US 11 down to Roy Tucker Road right here. That's just south of 98. Now this project is just kind of getting started. There has not been too much of an interruption as of yet, but we will continue to keep an eye on it. All right, there is also the Hall Avenue overpass construction that has closed down all of Hall Avenue, as well as Bay Street between Rebecca Avenue to Hall Avenue and this section of Old Highway 49. Heading over to Petal, the River Avenue Bridge is open, but the South Main Street construction continues, and they are detouring people off the bridge onto Dawson Cutoff. Matthews Branch Creek Bridge on South George Street is closed. On Davis Road, they have finished the Lots Creek Bridge, but they have now closed the Dry Prong Creek Bridge. Over to Reynoldstown, they are continuing work on Highway 42 between Corinth Church Road and Pumping Station Road. That is slated to end June 7th. All right, into West Hattiesburg, we have a road closure on Gravel Pit Road between Bullock Loop and the split in Gravel Pit Road itself. There is also some work still happening on Old Highway 11 and Old Highway 24 between the Oak Grove High School, Middle School, and Elementary School. Heading west to Columbia, they are continuing work on the Pearl River Bridge on 98. We also have some information about a paving project in Columbia on our website, WDAM.com. Heading north to Prentice, there's a section of 184 that is closed between Highway 13 and Granby Road. This section of 184 will be closed as they replace the bridge on White Sand Creek until summer of next year. All right, so that should cover most everything. We're just going to zoom out here for a minute, make sure no other traffic alerts have popped up while we were talking. I don't see any, but I do always like to check kind of in our northern territories, like Bay Springs, Raleigh, Heidelberg, Waynesboro. Shout out to Raleigh High School. I just saw today that they were named top 5 school. That is amazing. We have that article on our website. Down south, Purvis, Leakesville. All right, looks good. Well, that is all that we have for you this morning. But if you would like to receive traffic updates as they happen, we have a WDAM 7 news app. It is available on iOS and Android. You can download that or our weather app. I'm Amy Posey, and this is the Morning Commute.